Good evening, students. So, welcome in next lecture of Math F113, Probability and Statistics. So, last time we have studied about the Poisson distribution. Audio video is okay.
Yes, sir.
So, in Poisson distribution, the Poisson variate counts the number of successes in continuous time. So, in continuous of that, we have one important process, counting process known as the Poisson process. So in the Poisson process, events occur following the Poisson distribution. A very important application of the Poisson distribution arises in connection with occurrence of events of some type over the time. Means wherever the events are occurring over the continuous time. There we say we are applying the Poisson process. Means here the events are occurring at random time. At random time, events are occurring. So if events are occurring, or we can say number of the successes over the time, then we say it follow the Poisson process. For example, number of emails, number of customers in the shop, number of reservation in front of the counter, right? So pulses of the some sort of the recorded by counter, email message. For example, some examples are given here also. So in last class I have discussed this about this thing. So we make the following assumption about the way in which the events of interest occur. So what are the basic assumption for the Poisson process? So these are the axioms for the Poisson process, or you can say postulates or the hypothesis for the Poisson process. So there exist a parameter alpha. Here alpha is what? Alpha is the average number of, or mean number of occurrences. Mean number of occurrences. Mean number of occurrences means number of occurrences in a unit time. So for there exists a parameter alpha greater than 0 such that for any short interval, when we are taking the continuous time, so in short interval, let's say it is the delta t. In short interval of length delta t, the probability that exactly one event occur is alpha into delta t plus higher order of the delta t. So in this, if one event is happening, so its probability is the alpha into delta t. Alpha into delta t. Then the probability for more than one event occurring in during the small interval of length delta t. Let's say we have the more than one event. So its probability is given to you as a 0. Its probability is given to you as a 0. So in the small interval of length delta t, what is the probability of no occurrence? So that is the 1 minus, that will become the 1 minus one event minus more than one events. So it will give you 1 minus alpha delta t, so that the total probability will become 1. So number of events occurring during the time interval delta t is independent of the number of that occur prior to this. Means when we are computing the number of events occurring during the delta t, so whatever already happened, from that it is independent. It depends over only the duration of the time. It depends only over the delta t. So informally, assumption 1 says that in the short interval of time, the probability of single event occurring is approximately proportional to the length of the time interval, because you have seen probability for occurrence of one event. Occurrence of one event is what? Alpha into delta t. So here it depends only on the delta t. whatever the length, not at what time um, it is happening. At what time it is happening, that is not important. Means at the time t it is happening, it is not important. Important is only the interval length. So suppose let pkt denote the probability
Sir,
that k event. Yes.
sir, what was that zero in the last slide?
Where the zero? Which zero? This you are asking?
Yes, sir.
This is the higher order of the delta t. Means small value of the delta t.
Okay, so delta 2 square, delta t cube, like
Ha,
that.
yes, delta t square, delta t cube. Because here we have the exponential expansion, na? In last class, I have derived this also. If you remember, for example, if I am saying that x is equal to what? Number of occurrences. Number of occurrences. Number of occurrences interval in interval delta t. So here the x follow Poisson distribution with parameter alpha into delta t, where alpha is what? It is the average rate or mean rate into delta t, means for the time delta t. So when we have to compute the probability of x is equal to 1, so we know that it will become the e to power minus alpha delta t, alpha delta t power 1 upon factorial 1. So this will become alpha delta t e to power minus alpha delta t. When we have probability of x is equal to 0, it will become e to power minus alpha delta t power 0 upon factorial of 0. So that will give you e to power minus alpha delta t. And you know that it is nothing, it is the 1 minus alpha delta t by the binomial expansion plus uh, plus 1 minus, or you can say 1 plus minus alpha delta t plus minus alpha delta t square upon factorial 2 plus minus alpha delta t cube upon factorial 3, and so on. So this will give you 1 minus alpha delta t plus higher order of the delta t. Similarly, here when we expand, so alpha delta t, it will be the 1 minus alpha delta t plus alpha delta t square upon factorial 2, and so on. So when we multiply by the alpha delta t, so it will become the alpha delta t plus higher order of the delta t. So higher order of delta t is nothing, it is the 0. It is 0. So when we have to compute the probability of x greater than greater than 1, x greater than 1, so it will become 1 minus probability of x is equal to 0 minus probability of x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1. So this will become 1 minus x is equal to 0 means x is equal to 0 means alpha delta t plus higher order of the delta t minus x is equal to x is equal to 0, and right, minus 1 minus alpha delta t plus higher order of the delta t. So this will give you only the higher order of the delta t, that is equal to 0. So in this way, means we are restricting that in the short interval there will be never more than one event.
So alpha
That
delta
is the
t will always be less than 1. No?
delta t.
Alpha delta t will always be less than 1.
It is the probability. So here so now let pk denote the probability that k events will observe during the particular time interval of length t. Means here if it is the t is equal to 0, and here we have the t is equal to t. So in this we have the k events, right? In this we have the k events. So what is the probability? So probability we denote that pkt. So here you know that occurrence of the probability follow occurrence of the events follow the Poisson distribution with parameter alpha into t. So pkt will become here parameter will become mu is equal to what? Alpha into t. So pkt means probability x is equal to k, or you can say xt, number of occurrence in time interval 0 to t, number of occurrence in time interval 0 to t. So xt is equal to k. It will become e to power minus mu, or you can say alpha t alpha t to power k upon factorial k, that we can write here. So Poisson with
Yes,
parameter
okay.
mu is equal to alpha t. So expected number of units. So you know that what is the ex? If you have to compute the ext, so ext for the Poisson distribution, you know that it is the alpha into t, because here the parameter is mu. So in this case, alpha will become e of xt upon t. That is what? A mean number of occurrences in a unit time. So that's I have written for the alpha. The occurrences of the events over the time is described. So these occurrences, these counting of occurrences of the events are known as the Poisson process, which follow the previous three axioms, and that variable xt follow the Poisson distribution. So Poisson process is nothing collection of such Poisson variate which follow these three axioms. Let us have the question. Number of requests for assistance received by a towing service in Poisson process with rate alpha is equal to 4 per hour. So on an average 4 requests will come in an hour. Compute the probability that exactly 10 requests are received during the particular 2-hour period. So when we have the 2-hour period, so here it is given to you t, here we have the alpha. So from here mu is what? Alpha into t, means the rate for the 2 hours. We have to compute the rate for the 2 hours. So it is the 4 into 2, that is the on an average 8 towing requests can come. So here for the 2-hour period, the parameter of the distribution will become the lambda into t or alpha into t. 4 into 2 is equal to 8. So now they are asking what is the probability for exactly 10 requests. So probability x is equal to 10 means f of 10 minus f of 9. F of 10 of minus f of 9 from the table, or you can say e to power minus 8 to power 10 upon factorial 10. Either you compute by this or from the table for the mu is equal to 8, and you can compute f10 minus f9 if you want to use the CDF. B. If the operator of towing service take 30-minute break for lunch, what is the probability that they do not miss any call for assistance? Means in this case, t is what? 30 minutes. In this t is what? 30 minutes. So mu will become alpha into t. That is the alpha is given to you as a 4, t is given to you as a 0.5. So because we have the data in hour, so it will become the 2. So here we have the 2. Now they will not miss any. It means there is no request. P x is equal to 0. So for the 30-minute, mu will become 2. So we have to compute the probability of x is equal to 0. So probability of x is equal to 0 means f of 0, or you can say 2 to e to power minus 2 to power 0 upon factorial of 0. That is the e to power minus 2.
Why did
Then
you take
after,
x0?
pardon,
x0 के लिए ऐसा?
क्या?
x0 क्यों है?
x0 it is written na here. They do not miss any call.
Okay.
Any call means any request.
Yes.
Sir, can you, we are using the probability function of Poisson distribution, right?
Yes.
Okay.
How many calls would you expect during their break? So during their break, how many call we are expecting? Means we have to compute the E of X for mu is equal to 2. So here we know that for the Poisson distribution, expectation is the mu, so it will become the 2. In proof testing of circuit board, probability that yes.
Sir, how did we get 2 in the last question? I didn't get it.
What is the formula of the EX? That is the mu.
Yes, sir. So
That is the mu
as a
na, for
4,
the Poisson distribution.
okay, yes, 4 into the previous, the B part is continued. Okay, mu is same. Okay.
Okay. In proof testing of circuit board, probability that any particular diode will fail is 0.01. Suppose circuit board contains 200 diodes. How many diodes would you expect to fail? What is the standard deviation of number that are expected to fail? So it means this is the probability of the failure. This is the number of diode in particular circuit. So which type of the distribution it is following? How many diodes would you expect? So first, what is the X? X means number of failed diode out of the 200 diodes. Right? Out of 200 diode, it means X follow which distribution? The number of diodes on the that fail. So here the X follow, in actual X follow the binomial distribution. Number of failure in fixed number of trials. So here it is given to you n is equal to 200, p is equal to 0.01. So here expected number means Ex is equal to n into p, standard formula. So it is the 200 into 0.01, that is the 2. Variance of X, NPQ. So here we have computed the NPQ, and its positive square root will give you the standard deviation. Now, what is the probability that more than 5 loads occur during the
Different questions.
what is the approximate? When we say approximate means we are doing the approximation of the binomial distribution through Poisson distribution. In last class we have covered this. Approximate probability that at least 4 diode will fail on randomly selected board. So here we have to compute that X greater than at least 4. So probability X greater than equal to 4, that is the 1 minus probability X less than equal to 3. But when we have X follow the binomial distribution with parameter NP, then it can be approximated by the Poisson distribution with parameter lambda into NP. When n is very large, 200 more than 50, and p is very small, so it is the 0.01, and NP must be the moderate. So we can approximate this right, we can approximate this by the formula Poisson means by the Poisson distribution, lambda is equal to NP. Otherwise what you have to do? You have to compute, if we have to compute the probability X greater than equal to 4, that is the 1 minus probability X less than equal to 3. It means it is the 1 minus probability X is equal to 0 minus probability X is equal to 1 minus probability X is equal to 2 minus probability X is equal to 3. X is equal to 3. It means it will become 1 minus 200 C0, right? P to power 0.01 to power 0 and 0.99 to power 200 minus 200 C1 0.01 to power 1 and 0.99 to power 199. Means this tedious calculation you have to do. and 200 C3.012 to power 3 and 0.99 to power 200 means 197, right? So to avoid this calculation, this will give you the exact probability. But when it is asked to find the approximate probability, you can go with the Poisson distribution. So here we have to compute the Poisson distribution 1 minus f of 3. So
Sir,
from
if
the
it is not
table,
written,
then you have to if it is not written, then you have to compute the exact probability. Somewhere in the sentence we have to include the approximate word.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, won't we consider x lesser than equal to 4 rather than 3?
Why 4?
So because we have to compute at least greater than 4. So we have to compute at 1 minus
At least
most.
greater than equal at least greater than 4 means greater than equal to 4, na?
Yes, sir.
Huh.
So in the next expression, the 1 minus expression, why don't
It is
we
the
consider the
0, it is 1, it is 2, it is 3, it is 4, right? At least greater than 4. So what you have to subtract? 1 minus of this portion you have to subtract, na?
Sir, won't we take until 4 only?
Nee, then you have subtracted this also.
Okay.
Then you have subtracted this also, na?
Okay. Yes.
If 5 boards are shipped to particular customer having the 200 diodes in each board, how likely is it that at least 4 of them will work properly? So when the board will work properly, when all the diodes are working properly. So probability the board works properly means all diodes are working properly. It means there is no failed diode. X is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. So its probability will become 0.135. Now there are the total 5 such board. Means this is the probability that the board is working properly. Now if you define another random variable capital Y, number of failed board among the 5 boards, not failed, working, right? Number of working board among the 5 board. It means Y can take the value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with n is equal to 5 and p is equal to 0.13, because here we have computed the probability for working of a board. So now we have to compute probability of Y greater than or equal to 4. So it is nothing, it is the probability of Y is equal to 4 plus probability of Y is equal to 5. So it will become the 5C4 into p to power 4 into 1 minus p to power 1, 5C5 p to power 5 into 1 minus p to power 5 minus 5. So that will give you required probability. The article reliability based service life assessment of aging concrete structure, this is a reference, suggests that Poisson process can be used to represent the occurrence of the structural load over time. Suppose the mean time between occurrences of the load is 0.5 year. Now please pay attention. Here we have the information about the mean time. In previous class I have told you alpha is what? It is the mean rate. It is mean rate, right? And formula we are writing in terms of the alpha. So what is the relation between the mean rate and mean time, right? It is the reciprocal, right? They are the reciprocal. Mean rate is reciprocal of the mean time. So it will give you 0.5, 1 upon 0.5. How many loads can be expected to occur during 2-year period? During the 2-year period. So alpha is what? 1 upon mean time. 1 upon mean time means 1 upon 0.5, that is the alpha is equal to 2. And for the 2 year, what you know, ex is what? Ex is the mu. Mu is what? Alpha into t, because it follows the Poisson process. So alpha into t. So alpha is given to you as a 2 for the 2 years. So it will become the 2 into 2. That is the on an average 4 loads we have. Then after we have what is the probability that more than 5 loads occur during the 2-year period. So for the 2-year period, we know that now mu is equal to 4. Mu is equal to 4. So now we have to compute more than 5. More than 5, it means we have to compute the 1 minus probability of x less than equal to 5. So if you see the table value, so it will give you this required probability. Now, how long must the time period be so that probability no load occurring during that period is at most 0.1? So no load means what is the probability of x is equal to 0? Right? What is the probability of x is equal to 0? It means it is the e to power minus alpha t, right? E to power minus alpha t to 0 upon factorial 0. So this will become e to power minus alpha t, and this probability is given to you as a at most 0.1. So this probability is the 0.1. So 0.1 is equal to e to power minus alpha t. So now t will come 1.15 years. Any doubt in this part?
Sir, in yesterday's class, you said that the interoccurrence time is 1 by mu. Then here by have we
That is
taken
only
it as
the mean time. That is only the mean time, na? Interoccurrence time.
sir, but here we have taken it as 1 by alpha. Yesterday we took it as 1 by mu.
That
Where
is, both are the same thing. You are saying both the correct thing. Both are the synonyms. Either you say there are the two things. X is what? Number of occurrences. Number of occurrences. Right? Ex is what? Mean number of occurrences. That is nothing. That is the mean rate. Mean rate. Let's say y, interoccurrence time. Interoccurrence time. So what is the E of y? Mean interoccurrence time. Mean in interoccurrence time, that is what? Mean time. Mean time. So mean rate and mean time are, mean rate is nothing, it is the 1 upon mean time. So here we have the relation. Clear? Whatever your doubt is clear. Who has asked, please give me the reply, yes or no,
but
something.
no, sir. Actually, if we would have taken it as mu, then the answer would have been completely different. So
This is the mu, na? Mu is what?
हाँ sir,
Actually,
but इस
mu
वाले question में तो
is
हमने alpha
actually
लिया ना.
mu. See, listen. Mu is what? It is a parameter for the Poisson distribution, right? It is the parameter of the Poisson distribution, and alpha is given to you as a mean rate for the unit time. For unit time, and you are talking for the t time, whether the 2 hours, 30 minutes, 15 seconds, whatever. So total rate will become the alpha into t.
Sir, are alpha and lambda are same?
It's up to you, whatever the notation you are assuming. Means generally lambda, mu, k are same.
Sir, but you wrote u equals to lambda t in the previous question.
No problem. In that case, we have replaced this alpha as a lambda. Just I am demonstrating that mu is equal to lambda into t. You take the alpha lambda, means alpha, don't go with the notation alpha, lambda, whatever the, this is, here we have the rate, right, in a unit time into the time. That will give the parameter for the exponential, parameter for the Poisson variate. Clear?
Yes, sir.
If you have the problem with the notation, you just write, you can write this as a alpha. Here it is the alpha only written. Here you can say it is the alpha. If there is a problem in the notation, you can write in your word also. Clear now? Now,
Sir, how will we know if we are being given alpha or we are being given mu in a question?
if it is given to you in a unit time, then it is the alpha. Means in the question, if they are giving the data for the particular time and they are asking for the different time interval, means they are giving that on an average 10 events are happening in 2 hours. Now, what is the probability that 2 events will occur in the 15 minutes? So in that case, alpha will be the 10 divided by the 2, that is the total 5 happening in 1 hour. Now if you are talking for the 15 minutes, so in that case lambda will become the 5 into 1 by 4.
And sir, if only this is given that the mean time is given, then what will we do?
Then it is only the mu. Means when we have to apply the Poisson process, somewhere we have to write the that thing. Events are occurring in a following the Poisson process with parameter alpha.
Okay, sir. So mu is mean time and alpha is mean time between occurrence.
No. Both are the rate. Mu is the rate. Mu is mean rate for time t, and alpha is the mean rate for unit time, or you can say time interval is equal to 1 for unit time. So that we write the mu is equal to alpha into t.
तो सर इस क्वेश्चन में हमें कैसे पता चला कि अल्फा आएगा 1 बाय जो भी हमें दिया है? ये म्यू भी तो हो सकता था.
नहीं, यदि म्यू होता तो हम यहाँ पे 2 फॉर द 2 hours हाउ यू कैन कंप्यूट. What is the mean occurrence time? What is the mean occurrence time? Or mean time? Or time between the occurrences? This time?
Okay, sir.
This time only, na? So from here we have computed the alpha. From there we have computed the mu. Clear?
Okay, sir.
So now next is the discrete uniform distribution. So that is not a big deal. In this case, you know that what is the uniform distribution? For example, rolling a die. Here, if we have the observation x1, x2, x3, xn, and all have equal probability. So let's say 1 upon n. then we say it follow the uniform discrete distribution. Points observations are discrete and having the same likelihood, so it is known as the uniform discrete distribution. So fx is what? 1 upon n for x is equal to x1 x2 xn. And we know that how we can compute the ex. Ex is what? Summation for all x into fx. So it will become or you can say it will become the x1 into 1 upon n plus x2 into 1 upon n plus xn into 1 upon n. So this will give you x1 plus x2 plus xn upon n. Similarly, if you have to compute the e of x square, so e of x square is summation for all x square into fx. So that will become the x1 square 1 upon n, x2 square 1 upon n, and xn square 1 upon n. So it will become the x1 square, x2 square, xn square. Right? So, and we know that when second moment and first moments are known, we can compute the variance of x as a e of x square minus square of ex.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, isn't this uniform distribution? It isn't a probability distribution function, isn't it?
Isn't क्या बोलो दोबारा बोलो.
सर मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि ये प्रोबेबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन फंक्शन तो नहीं है, पीडीएफ नहीं है ना ये.
क्यों?
सर क्योंकि इसका सम आपकी वैल्यूज में तो ये तो इनफाइनाइट पे टेंड करेगा.
क्यों इनफाइनाइट में क्यों टेंड करेगा?
सर सम ऑफ एफएक्स वो इनफाइनाइट पे तो होगा.
सम ऑफ 1 upon n.
यस सर.
हाँ तो 1 upon n plus 1 upon n plus 1 upon n times.
अच्छा है. ओके ओके. n is a constant. Okay. It is not x.
अरे x1 x2 xn यार.
Yes sir. Okay. हाँ समझ गया.
Now, if these xi's are the natural number, I means xi is equal to I from 1 to 3 up to the n. So ex will become 1 plus 2 plus n upon n. That is the n into n plus 1 upon 2, sum of the natural number. So n and n cancel out. It will become the mean will be the n plus 1 upon 2. Then e of x square, e of x square will become 1 square plus 2 square plus n square upon n. So sum of the square of natural number will be n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 upon 6. So n and n cancel out. So from here you can compute the variance also. Now, till now, you have the idea of now we are summarizing the whole chapter. Please listen carefully. Most important thing is coming. So till now, we have studied Bernoulli distribution with parameter p, binomial distribution with parameter np, geometric distribution with parameter p, then Pascal distribution, Pascal or negative binomial. I have not given you idea, but negative binomial. So there we have the R and P. Then we have Poisson distribution with parameter lambda or mu. Then after we have studied the uniform distribution, right? Uniform distribution. So here we have the equal probability. There is no such parameter. So in this case, what is the x?
Sir, hypergeometric.
Yes, sir.
Yes, hypergeometric distribution with parameter n and m. Now here the x measure number of successes in one trial, right? Number of success in one Bernoulli trial. In one Bernoulli trial. Here the x assume number of success in an Bernoulli trial. Here the x assume number of Bernoulli trial require to get first success. To get first success. This measure number of Bernoulli trial required to get R successes. R successes. Here number of successes. Number of successes having the equally likely, right? We use this when we have the equally likely. And hypergeometric number of success in sample of size n from population of size capital N having m successes. These are the random variable we consider in the following distribution. So here I am posing one. So in this case, let us we have the discrete events in over the continuous time. Okay, because for the Poisson distribution we require the continuous time. So here the events are occurring. So black is representing the failure and white is representing the success. Right? White is representing the success. Now, if you want to write the what is the Bernoulli variate, right? Bernoulli value, if you want to write, so it will become the 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, right? It is the 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, right? So here we have the number of just we have to check whether it is a success or failure. White is the success, black is the failure. Then after if I say x follow the binomial distribution with parameter n is equal to 5 and p is the probability, n is equal to 5. In the n is equal to 5, how many success we have? In n is equal to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many success we have? In n is equal to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In how many success we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? So here we have, in this way, we can check what is the value of the x. So in the first, we have only the one success. In the second also we have the one success. In the third also we have the one success. In the fourth also we have the one success. In the fifth one we have the two successes. And in the fifth one, in the sixth one we have the one successes. Means here we take the group of the 5. Right? So in this way you can say it follow the binomial distribution. Then after geometric distribution, how many trials required to get the first success? One trial, second trial, success. One trial, second trial, third trial, fourth success. X is equal to 4. One trial, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then we have the sixth one. So here we have the x is equal to 2, 4. I think fifth or sixth. Dekh lena. 2, 4, 5, 4, 2, 1, 5, 3, 4. So in this way, we can have the number of trials required to get the first success. Then when it follows the negative binomial or the Pascal, means number of trials required to get the 3 successes. Right? Number of trials required to get the 3 successes. So here we have the first success, right? Here we have the second success, and here we have the third success. So up to here, how many trials we have? Right? So here we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? 10, 12. So number of trials. So here we have the number of trials to required to get the 3 successes. Then after Poisson distribution denote number of successes over the continuous time. Over the continuous time means over this line, 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 how many successes we have. That will represent the Poisson. That will represent the Poisson distribution. Means over the fixed interval, how many successes we have. So in the first line we have the 2 success, in the second line we have the 1 success, in the third line there is no success, in the fourth line we have the 1 success, in the fifth line there is no success. So in this way you can do. Now x, the number of the successes, if you take the sample of size n is equal to 6, total we have the population 36, right? Total we have the population of size 36 having the 9 white dot, means 9 successes, having the 9 successes out of the 36 dots. So if you take the sample of 6 dots, then how many successes we have? So we take the sample of the 6 dot, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So here we, in the 6 dots we have the 2 successes. So here we have the 2 successes. Then we take the another 6, then we take the another 6, then we take the another 6. So that will, if you have the experiment like that, then you have to apply the hypergeometric distribution. You have to consider the hypergeometric distribution. So that is the situation where you can apply the following distribution. For example, which mobile brand do you prefer? Anyone?
Xiaomi.
Anyone? Xiaomi. So Xiaomi may, if you like the Xiaomi, so if you ask each student one by one, do you have a Xiaomi mobile or not, then it is the Bernoulli. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, each student will say, then it is the Bernoulli distribution. If you have the experiment like that, you have to use the Bernoulli distribution. If you ask from the group of the 10 students, right, how many yes we have, then it follow the binomial distribution, right? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no from each student in the group of the 10, in the group of the 10, in the group of the 10. If you ask, then we say it follow the binomial distribution. Means now how many students you have to ask to get the first yes answer, for the Xiaomi mobile. So no, 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 yes. So we say x is equal to 5. Then no, yes. Then x is equal to 2. No, yes. Then x is equal to 1. So number of trials required to get the first success, that follow the geometric distribution. How many students you have to count? You have to ask for the 3 Xiaomi mobile or 4 Xiaomi mobile. So you have to count unless you have the 4 yes. So that is the Pascal or negative binomial distribution. Number of successes, just for example, in if you are taking the area, for example, in the means 100 square kilometer, how many students have the Xiaomi mobile? So it is the Poisson distribution, and somehow you know that total we have the 1 lakh sale of the Xiaomi mobile in the particular period, right? Or total, you can say total we have the 10 lakh sale of the mobile. Out of the 10 lakh, 1 lakh have the Xiaomi mobile. So it is the capital N is equal to 10 lakh and R is equal to, or capital M is equal to 1 lakh. Then you are taking the sample of the 100 students. So in that you have to count how many Xiaomi mobile. In such cases we use the hypergeometric distribution, right? It's clear? Means it is very necessary to identify the situation where or which distribution we should use. It is the most important part. Means it is the practical things. So accordingly you have to use your random variable. Anything you want to ask about any distribution?
Sir, can you explain this hypergeometric?
Hypergeometric, what I have said you, we know the total population, let's say 100. Out of the 100, we know that 20 has the Xiaomi mobile. Means total we have the 100 mobile sale, and 20% have taken the Xiaomi mobile. Now we are taking the sample of size 6. So out of the 6, how many students have the Xiaomi mobile? That will count by the hypergeometric variate. For example, I'm saying that this is the population size, n is equal to 100. We know that m is equal to 20 have the Xiaomi mobile, and n minus m do not have the Xiaomi mobile. Now you are taking the sample of size 6. So how many students have the Xiaomi mobile? So that is the x follow the hypergeometric distribution with parameter n, m, and n. That is the thing. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any other doubt? So that's all the chapter 3. In next class, we will start the chapter 4. Means most important here is to remember these variables. What exactly we have to count, we have to observe in these variables. That is important. Right? So means here the x can take the value 0, 1. Here the x can take the value 0, 1, 2, n. Here the x can take the value 1, 2, 3, and so on. Here the x can take the value r plus 1, r plus 2, so on. Here the x can take value 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Right? And for the hypergeometric, x can take the value between the max of 0, n minus m, and minimum of the n comma m. That is the thing. So can I stop the recording or any doubt?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Welcome.